How's it going? I am Dallas Braden, A's TV analyst. They say nobody's perfect, but I was on Mother's Day back in 2010. You are watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
I do remember that. Martine.
Did Medina and Alexander...
So Medina's tomorrow. That was trainer Air on the date. But Alexander threw his live BP today. Went well. He'll go out on a rehab assignment on Friday, join the Stockton team for Friday. Most likely come back to us for the weekend and then go back out. As long as things obviously go in the right direction. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We saw Zach Gallup very early today in the outfield.
I haven't seen Zach Gallup today, so that's good.
You always have a little list there, all of those statistics. No, he said it's the first time that he's throwing the baseball.
Oh, good. That's news for me, too.
Yeah, and he was feeling very well. He doesn't know what's the next step.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either. I didn't ask about Zach. Miguel Andujar on the other side of the coin. Hit live off of Scott Alexander. I think he put every single pitch in play. He did some outfield work with Bobby through the bases. So I don't have a timeline yet, but that was a good sign from Miguel today. Really good sign.
How many swings were that?
He saw 11 pitches in total and probably swung at 8 of them.
You see, you always have those stats. You only have some of those that you don't want to share with us.
I told you, until Zach really starts doing baseball activity, which I guess was today, I wasn't really focused on him.
He was doing some weights too.
Yeah. He's a pretty fit kid.
We should switch to Manila for a few minutes.
Yeah. Here comes JD.
What else?
That's obviously, for Andujar, it's a long ways away before he can come back, but would you expect him to join the team when he is ready to go after?
Who's this?
Andujar. After rehab assignment and all that.
I mean, that's the expectation. I mean, yeah, he obviously would have broke camp with us, and I think, we'll obviously look at the rehab assignment, but I mean, he is from all sides in spring training, a guy that can help this team and have impact in the lineup.
Mike, you played in the majors a long time, obviously, and faced a lot of pitchers that throw the ball really hard. Can you recall hitting against or being around a pitcher that throws the ball as hard, as consistently as Mason does?
I mean, Aroldis Chapman, so I took some at-bats off him. I would say Randy probably didn't have the 101 consistently, but from a guy that was, left-handed and being a left-handed hitter, that was something that you always thought about, loved the competition aspect of it. Robbie Nin was another closer back in the day that threw around 98 to 100. Billy Wagner. So, but as consistently and as many pitches in the hundreds that Mason's been able to do this season to start out, it's really impressive.
You were talking about the fundamentals, and being successful, you have to have strong fundamentals. What have you noticed about the team to add to the success, and they're using those fundamentals so far?
Well, I mean, I think we're done a nice job defensively cleaning up from the start of the season. Offensively, last night we executed a bunt, got a runner into scoring position. Fundamentals of playing offense, having two guys in scoring position, not getting a hit, but scoring both runs. So those are the kind of the smaller details to the fundamentals that we have to be good at in order to be a winning baseball team.
I think all of us last night saw in our corner of the left eye, certain pitcher warming up. I think he threw 3 or 4 pitches in the 9th inning. If that double play didn't happen, was he getting ready to close that game?
Why should we talk about hypotheticals?
Huh?
Hypothetical. It's a hypothetical question.
It's part of the game. The minute he put on our uniform and goes out,
he threw probably 3 balls. Obviously, it wasn't a safe situation, so we're going to do our best not to utilize him unless that opportunity presents itself. So it didn't present itself. So
And on the other hand, how good is to have him now totally fresh, like avocado salad for today.
It's great. I hope he doesn't have to pitch today as well. When that means that we score enough runs to be ahead and have other guys contribute as well.
Does he have the competitor's edge at all, where it's kind of like where he wants to push it, or is he pretty good about, all right, I'm going to follow his plan?
No, he has a competitive edge, but he also has somebody that has to be, a decision maker for the best interest of the player and the team. So we've talked a lot. We talk every day, I think he understands the big picture. Probably better than most young players would.
Some managers, when they're closer, doesn't pitch for several days. Really smile. They use them in any kind of situation, any ways to keep them fresh. Are you one of those managers?
I think I might have used him after he hadn't pitched this year for four days. There is something to be said about not being on the mound and not going out and pitching for an extended period of time. But again, it's more of a determination from the player in that situation as to if he needs that inning. I think I looked at Josh Hader hadn't pitched in 9 days, so I think each individual circumstance is its own, and I think you just have to make that decision once you get there.
What have you liked from Nevin's at bats?
I spoke about Nevin last night post game about the professionalism, his approach. He's not going to necessarily wow you in terms of one thing, but he's going to take a good quality at bat, and I think we've seen that pretty consistently since he's had this opportunity to play every day.
Mark, talk about your pitching. I mean, you guys have, I think, got an ERA about 3.5 less than what it was last year at the same time. What's been the difference as far as how well you guys have been able to execute with your pitches?
Do you know the date that our starter won his first game last year?
That's in the notes, right?
May 5th.
Okay.
You know the date that, we had our 6th win from a starting pitcher? June. God, it was in the notes. Yeah, it was like June 6th. So I think that's the biggest difference. We're getting, performances from our starting pitchers that are allowing us opportunity to be in games. They're doing a great job of whether it's getting to the 5th inning and getting to the 6th inning, which always helps the bullpen out. But I think the combination, obviously, of the bullpen and the starting pitching, not giving away the free bases, and I know you guys hear me say that all the time. But last night we gave up more than probably we have in terms of walking guys. But that's been, I think, the biggest turnaround for us as the pitching staff, just being able to control the zone, being able to kind of, manage games on the starter's side. Last year we were worried about how we were going to get enough innings out of everybody to finish a game. This year we're more worried about lining guys up for their roles and their opportunities.
And as a result, how much of a mindset have you seen a change where, I guess guys are just enjoying themselves, having fun, like in being at the ballpark?
When you're competitive, everybody likes being here, and when you got an opportunity to win games, and you start getting a little more confident. As you can see, this group's starting to get a little more confident. But in the same sentence, I say that we just have to continue preparing like we've been, and continue focusing on the small details of the game.
There's a guy named Sam who works the third base field box. He's 95 years old and the oldest employee here, but there are a lot of employees who have been here 30, 40 years. Gus, Eric, I can name a handful.
Yeah.
Are you finding yourself saying hello to these guys maybe more as this season gets underway and rolling? Just they're longtime faces of this place who matter so much and sort of have an uncertain future.
Well, I think you know me. I mean, I'm going to say hello to everybody as much as I can every day. In terms of their future, I mean, I haven't obviously, spoken publicly in terms of, what my personal feelings are about those that have been in the stadium for 30, 40, 50 years, outside of just saying, my heart goes out to them, and I hope that, their future at this stadium continues forward with whatever capacity is provided for them. But I know that because they're lifelong A's fans, that they're going to obviously be impacted, on both sides of the coin.
Is that unique, though, too, to have? I mean, I don't go on every road trip to know at other ballparks where you see these faces who've been there for decades. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not unique.
No, I mean, the intimacy of kind of this stadium provides that relationship base. And yeah, there has been, we talk about this all the time, the loyalty and continuity of this organization, whether it's from the front office to the development staff to the stadium staff to security, there's very little turnover. And so, yeah, there's a lot of relationships that are long-lasting.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Hey fans, I'm Kara Suboy with Bay Area Sports Wrap. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.